Well, I mean, the danger, and then I'll kick it off to the Nolan, is what we're seeing, of course, with AI and its misuse or abuse by people across this. Look, I enjoy AI. Is fun to see raccoons jumping on a trampoline, and I'm like, is that actually real? Because I saw raccoons eat Doritos, and I'm pretty sure I was told that was a real video of all the raccoons coming out of the forest and eating the videos. Google it, people. It's hysterical. I'm pretty sure the raccoons on the trampoline is not real. But for example, we saw the White House, the freaking White House used AI to manipulate a photograph about one of the individuals who was arrested from the Minnesota church obstruction, whatever issue happened there. And it's a separate and apart issue about the event and whether law enforcement should be involved, and maybe it should be. But for the White House, the arm of the government, the very institution of the government, the head of the government, to manipulate this and be called out on it. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, the woman was arrested, and there's a photo that I think DHS put out, or DOJ, I forget who, put out, and it's just her being arrested. And the White House manipulated her face to be that she's like hysterically crying,
Right.
oh, weak, she's a weak person, and all that good propaganda stuff that makes Hitler and Stalin very proud, and communist China back in the 40s and 50s, maybe now even, I don't know. And when called on it, the White House said, we don't care. And it's still up there. So there is, now that we see that that's what our government is doing and engaging in that, the notion of TikTok ownership and allied ownership and how that can be used is even of a greater concern.
Yeah, and if I can just add to that, because I think a lot of folks think when they sit down to a social media feed, they have access to any and everything, but the feed chooses what to show you. And where AI adds a complication, as Mark was saying, it's not only that when you go to an AI bot and you ask for information, it's wrong roughly 50% of the time.
Right.
You can also, it fabricates information, so it makes things up that aren't wrong, just don't exist. And then you can easily create.
It is just like humans.
Yeah, we've achieved human intelligence. And you can also create false content, like Mark was pointing out with the images. But where the two overlap problematically is the owners of the algorithm set the stuff that goes viral. And so all these content creators, I call them, a lot of them are like sociopaths. They just want to create content for clicks. Whether it's real or accurate is irrelevant. And so when the algorithm sets the kind of the agenda, those creators can now easily create false content to get those clicks, likes, follows, subscriptions. And I think that's really where we see the problem, because the average person sits down and doesn't realize they're getting inundated with a message from an algorithm that relies on content that's created by people who have no connection to the truth.